road superintendent with the design of the Aragon Place storm sewer relocation.
Yeah, so Ken Puglisi and I have taken a couple trips up, and we've talked about this a couple times before. This is our storm sewer at the end of Aragon Place where we discovered an issue there. Flow's not being conveyed, the pipe is crushed. Essentially, we have what I think are a couple different options. Earlier this year, Ken did a one call to identify where the utilities are up there, and when Ken and I spoke about this last, he's asking for our office to help him draw up a plan drawing with the alignment showing where this proposed storm sewer relocation would take place. So I told him I would ask for this to be an agenda item so that we could talk about it and talk about our office getting involved with that design. So I would envision probably some location of the utilities that are up there, whether we send a survey crew or however we do that in the most affordable way possible, developing a plan drawing that shows Ken effectively where we could take this storm sewer to resolve this problem. So that's in effect the reason for the motion, or for the agenda item.
Make the motion.
I'll second the motion. Any other discussion on it?
No, been talked
So,
about.
yeah, it's been talked about.
Mhm.
For
We
the
know it's an
audience,
issue.
once again, the Shire plan off of 88, the development was left incomplete many years ago. The
Mhm.
gentleman passed away, and there is a person that bought the partials at the end of it, but the storm sewers have never been kind of finished, so we have to finish, there was a temporary thing
Yeah,
made that turned
exactly
into a
right.
25-year temporary thing,
Yeah.
and now that has to be completed because it never was.
The temporary solution
The
lasted.
temporary solution lasted
25
almost my
years.
whole lifetime. So the person, I know this is somewhat off topic, how's it going with the person at the end of that street? The land development, have we heard anything land development wise, grading permit wise, anything wise?
No, the last, and Tammy can jump in if needed here, but the last I heard of it, we reviewed their grading permit application, had some comments, sent correspondence to their office, and to my knowledge, there's been no response. So obviously there's unresolved issues on the township's end, and I can't speak for the status with Washington County Conservation District, who also made a visit and identified issues there. So I don't have a good update there, other than I haven't heard anything back.
We sent correspondence and all that to each
As
other,
did Washington County Conservation.
and no
District.
response at all from owner.
Not that I've seen.
Do you, anyone know this owner?
Yeah, we know.
We wanna get this drainage system resolved as soon as we can.
All right,
And that takes,
do me a quick email, what you've done so far, TJ, and I will
Sure.
contact legal counsel.
I know that Tammy, there was a stop work order for the grading, and there was a miscommunication that she thought stop building, and then Tammy gave her the okay to build, just stop grading until you get all your permits.
Are they grading down there at all?
We don't know.
Uncertain.
I haven't been up there for a while.
All right, just send me a short, either or, both, you just send me a quick email for either Tammy or TJ, what's going on.
Yeah, Tammy and I will talk tomorrow and send you.
Send me a joint email, I'll contact
Okay.
legal counsel.
Sure.
So circling back to the original agenda item, Larry made the motion, I second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve John Seiler's attendance at the PSATS Regional Forum at the Hilton Gardens in South Point on October 2nd, 2024. So this was John's item, and he's not here to ask, but so it already happened, so is this to reimburse him or something? Like, what is the actual motion?
He just wanted the approval to be reimbursed. Well, no, he doesn't even need to be reimbursed, he just needed approval. It was paid for.
Okay.
I think it got confused along the way, but we ended up paying for it.
Okay,
That
so
was
it's not a
$99.
reimbursement, like the motion doesn't have to be the reimbursement.
Right, right. He
It's
doesn't
just
need
to
it.
authorize it after the fact.
Correct.
Anyone wanna make a motion to authorize Mr. Seiler to?
I'll make the motion. I'll second that.
Larry made the motion, Carl second. All in favor? Aye. Discussion and motion to approve projects and applications for county and statewide LSA grants. This was Suzanne's item. I too do, but I'll let you start.
I just had a couple questions, TJ.
Sure.
We submitted I think it was 5 last year projects. We didn't get any of them approved.
We submitted, well, there's 2 programs,
Right.
county and state.
Right.
So to Washington County, we submitted 3 applications and none of those were funded.
Right.
We submitted 4 applications to LSA statewide, and those applications have not been decided on yet. So the statewide LSA has not made any decisions on the 2023 applications. So, which is a little bit surprising. We expected we would have at least heard an announcement by now as to which projects would be
Particularly
funded and
since they're
which weren't.
taking new applications, how do you know
Right.
if you reapply for one or?
Every single one of our clients is in the position where we're approaching statewide LSA in 2024 with an unknown of whether or not last year's projects will have been funded. So, the next LSA board, statewide LSA board meeting is in the middle of November. There's a chance they'll make an announcement at that meeting. But again, that only gives us 2 weeks until the deadline for this
Well, I
year.
noticed on your, on the county one that we didn't get, you listed the reasons
Yeah,
that they said,
we got some interesting feedback from county LSA
right,
last year. I thought maybe the most interesting piece of information was that the county LSA really infrequently will they fund a bridge replacement project or a bridge project.
and that's one that we have on there.
Right, so we applied for the Snee Road Bridge replacement project last year.
And their comment was they barely ever fund bridges.
It's very infrequent. The people that we speak to at LSA tell us they've never funded a bridge project. So, I mean, to me, it's unlikely that Snee Road Bridge replacement would be funded.
And we're replacing that bridge, why?
Well, Snee Road is a gravel road. Coming off of Stone Church, it's paved till you go under the railroad, and then
Right.
it splits there, and the township right away continues around to the back, and it's a gravel road there, and there used to be a bridge that was spanned Peters Creek there, and I believe, Dennis, was at the end of 2022 that the Washington County tore the
What
bridge
happened was,
down?
Washington County tore down the bridge.
Right.
We didn't have, I don't think we had knowledge of it.
We did not.
So PCSA has raised an issue concerning access to some type of sewage facility on the other edge of the creek because they have no way to gain access.
They have a meter vault on the other side of the stream, and that was their primary access to about 5 miles of their
Is it our
sanitary
bridge,
sewer.
is it a county bridge?
It's our road right away, so it's our bridge.
But why the county
Where was the county?
Well, I think it may have been, if it was our bridge, I don't think they would tear it down.
County bridge.
It was more than likely it was a county bridge.
We just don't know if we're filing for a grant for a county bridge.
Well, I'm not sure either.
No,
but-
Yeah.
the thing was, if my recollection is correct, is that PCSA complained that the fact that that bridge was torn down, and that they wanted the township and PCSA to jointly come together to
Yeah.
reinstall that bridge.
They told them that they couldn't apply for the grant because their union, they said that they
The
were told that
township.
Union Township has to apply for the
Yeah.
grant.
But they asked that we cooperate with them to get the bridge put in. But and we'd have to be the applicant, that was my understanding.
Right.
Will we be able to replace the county bridge?
Do we know if it's a county bridge?
It was a county bridge.
Really?
That's why the county took it out.
I
And
guess
they
I'm
notified
surprised to hear
It
that.
was a
The
county
odd
bridge.
thing is they notified
Huh.
Peters Creek and their solicitor was the same solicitor for the county at the time, so it was kind of odd they didn't.
That's
know.
surprising, okay. Well,
But it is a county bridge. I think my concern was, or how, if we get the grant, can we replace a county bridge?
How big of a tributary is this creek?
I think, and I don't have these notes in front of me, Dennis, but I think the span was what, roughly 60 feet, roughly,
60 feet?
roughly. Between the two abutments, the
It
one,
was
the
a pretty,
two that are
it
there.
was a pretty, well, it was pretty rough bridge. Pretty rough.
Bad
I'd have to go back and look at the
Rough,
grant
rough
application that we
bridge.
submitted.
I guess,
The question,
I guess my
on the
question-
list.
I think she wants to look at maybe we applied, if we were totally 100% unsuccessful in the county last year, and they say they don't fund bridges, and we don't know if it's even a county bridge that we can replace, maybe we apply for something different. Well, even if we leave it in the hopper, like, even if we leave the bridge thing, so it's already drawn up and it doesn't really cost us anything more to reissue that, but maybe also put in something different, swing the bat somewhere else too.
To me, based on the feedback that our office got, it doesn't make sense to apply for Snee Road Bridge. I would be shocked if they fund it.
Yeah, so then we might be throwing an opportunity for grant money that we could get for something here.
I think we should request MS4 money and the removal of those facilities at Maple Street.
Maple Street.
Now, Maple Street's a great idea,
Mhm.
because they do seem to fund public places, right, the things that can be used
Right.
for the public, parks or whatever.
Yep.
So eventually, that may be, I mean, I ain't even saying in the near future, but eventually that could be made into some sort of
Mhm.
public land that people, that the community could use or whatever, but it can't be with those buildings up there.
Yeah,
And
let's
it'll-
see the hazard.
It'll benefit us on the insurance too.
I don't know.
Absolutely. And we-
Isn't that the site that they wanna put that,
Yeah.
tower?
Well, the guy who was reaching out to us from the county got fired from the county, so I don't know if the new person would be as interested, but it is,
We already have a cost estimate for that too, which we put
the only
together
way
last
we'd never
year.
do anything for the people in the township up there, whatever it is.
I
Just get those buildings out of there.
buildings are deplorable condition.
Sometimes if you word it the right way, like it's gonna be, a possibility of being something someday.
Dangerous.
So you already
Or-
know
or
a cost estimate for that, so
Stargazing
that would
path,
be
as
easy
some
to
people have
add,
said.
as far as putting it on both of those, state and the county.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
We need
Maple
the
Street.
MS4 money,
Well,
that's
that's on
unfunded,
there, isn't it?
you know. we can-
MS4 was on the list last
We
year.
could put a rain garden up there in Maple Street, if
Good
those
thought.
buildings weren't there. But, like, I don't want to disregard what Peter keeps asking us for, and it won't cost anything to resubmit that.
For the
But,
third,
but if it's not gonna be funded, maybe we add something else too.
Move it down on the list and add something up higher.
it's a thought.
Because what you said that they ended up funding, well, I know they gave the Peters Township got money, and then they built like a water park or something.
There's a lot of recreational facilities that get funded.
A lot of recreation, so
So
Maple
any
Street
type
could
of
be some
that.
sort of public,
Any
Definitely.
type, I mean, we wanna get something if we
birds that
can,
glow in the dark.
anything,
Like a dog
you know, so I just wanna make sure we're focusing
Radioactive
on
butterfly.
those
I think it's a great
big
suggestion.
items that they're approving, we
Yep.
know what they're approving, so
Yep.
let's try to get something that they're approving.
I think it's a very compelling application
Okay.
for them to consider.
Do you apply for the state ones, the same request, or they're different, or?
Last year, we had 3 of the same applications for the statewide program as the county. We double dipped.
Okay.
Cause they're totally different with their approval.
Yeah, the only, yeah.
Okay.
It's a different funding source.
Okay.
And obviously it's a statewide program, not just limited to Washington County, so everybody statewide is submitting applications to it.
So do you wanna make a motion to put that Maple Street cleanup on there?
And MS4 if it's okay with everybody.
Yeah,
So do we wanna take Snee Road Bridge off the list
Well,
this
if
year,
it-
or do you guys wanna put it third?
Like I said, Peters Creek did request us to do it. we can't help that they don't like funding that sort of thing, but I don't wanna snub Peters Creek either, but I don't want it to be the top priority one. Is there a way to like satisfy both, that Peters Creek, we do what Peters Creek is requested and
Just-
still don't lose out on
Well,
funding
just,
something
It
else?
doesn't matter how many you submit, correct?
No, it doesn't.
Just submit
If a community's gonna get a grant, they'll probably get one, they might get two, but three's probably unlikely, but
Okay.
We can put the, if
it's,
it won't
it's worth
cost-
applying for.
I mean, I would put the
Can't-
Maple
can't get it
Street up
unless you ask.
higher and then put that, you could leave that on there just to leave it down towards the bottom.
Creek go out to apply for these?
No, because it's in our community. Well, they do apply for it, they got a lot of money, we got nothing, we applied for their bridge, they got,
Then why
they were
aren't
so
they-
happy, they got the largest amount of LSA money they ever got before.
Well, why don't they apply for the bridge?
They were
Because it's-
told that it was in our community on our road and that they couldn't apply for it, is what they said.
They can't ever
But I wonder
possibly,
if we
But they
can,
need
because
the
it was a
bridge.
county bridge, they
Yeah.
need the bridge and can, they
They-
could always apply to put a bridge across that. They could apply to some sort of money for some sort of bridge there.
it's my understanding that for LSA, you have to be the facility owner to be a grant recipient. So in Peters Creek's case, they'll never be the facility, they'll never own the road right away, so they
You
can't.
never get the bridge either.
They could always buy one of them, too. I don't know
So
that,
the
it was a
mesh-
county bridge to begin with, will
That's
we
what I
ever
thought.
be the facility owner?
probably if you put it your road, you put it in, because county should probably say, keep it, it's yours.
There was like one guy at the end of that, like that
The
Jeremiah
county-
James or whatever.
The county does not like to do bridges.
It's hard to pick and choose with bridges.
We hate to
They'd
throw
rather
away
not.
another opportunity, but we don't wanna.
Alright, so if I'm hearing the board correctly, we wanna do the Maple Street 1.
Yep.
MS4-2,
Yep.
Snee Road 3.
I know that we did cost factors and pictures and stuff on Maple Street
Yeah.
last year, so that shouldn't be a costly one to apply for, so the paperwork on there too.
You're right, yep.
Good idea.
One other thing while we're on this subject, we did get a, letter from, this came from Lennon Smith on behalf of Peters Creek, regarding Washington County local share account. They're asking for our municipality to sponsor their project, to write a letter of support and to pass a resolution supporting their grant application. So if you supervisors haven't had a chance to see this yet, maybe we can get copies to you and you can look at it and we can consider this at our meeting in 2 weeks, because
So
They-
the
they'll need to have
federal
this.
grant that kinda helps our residents upgrade their sewer system, that helps our residents.
I didn't see the letter.
yeah, so this, apparently Peters Creek's contemplating a sanitary sewer rehab project in a couple different areas.
Yeah.
And they're asking for the municipality to support the project, so
88.
I don't know where it is. There's a map here, I didn't study it.
By the way, they had a contractor park their equipment overnight on Gale, across from Filter's Corner. I thought it was a contractor from the water company, apparently it was PCSA's. But it looks like they took down one of our street signs there. So when you're talking to Peters Creek, maybe tell them that they might have just damaged our road.
Okay, we can
They
do that.
definitely damaged our sign, but
So I'll make sure that you folks get a copy of this and we'll
Thank
get
you.
it added to the meeting agenda for the, what's that, the 23rd? 2 weeks from now.
Yes, sir.
They'll need that before they can make application by the end of the month, so we'll give them a week, which should be plenty of time. Just wanted to bring that up since it's relevant to this agenda item.
what would the motion be then? Motion to approve Banks and Engineering to prepare grant application for Maple Street Park and MS4.
Correct, that would be your motion.
And Snee Road.
Okay. So, I'll make a motion to approve Banks and Engineers to prepare and submit, applications for, this is county, LSA, right?
Washington County, I'll say.
Washington
yeah.
County LSA for Maple Street